Chair lays out H.R. 51 and recognizes Representative Raymond to explain the resolution.
Thank you, Chairman. Members, I hope that I could suspend the rules and bring it up on the floor directly, but I guess it was substantive enough that we had to bring it to committee, so I hate to bother you, Chairman, but thank you for bringing it up. Members, last year, July 13th, I was in Austin, and like everyone here, I'm sure, got notice that they tried to assassinate President Trump. And the first thing that came to my mind was, thank God they didn't kill him. That was the first thing that came to my mind. And I'm guessing that all of you that day spoke with a lot of other people, and I certainly did. I spoke with a lot of people that are in politics, whether elected or otherwise. And I really felt very uncomfortable about some of the responses and reactions that I was hearing from people I respected, friends. And so and I was in Austin, so the next day I came to the Capitol and I ordered a resolution that I knew I couldn't file till after the election, but you know, during the interim we order resolutions and bills, and we have to wait till the election to file them or right after. So I ordered it the next day, condemning the attempted assassination of President Trump, then former President Trump, and denouncing all political violence. And I thought it was very important, members, because you know, my first memory of anything that had to do with politics, I was a little kid when Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. And I was just old enough to be able to look at the TV screen as my parents were, and then to see in the days following that what that led to, all the violence and the riots and so forth that followed, which I'm sure Dr. King, I know Dr. King would never have wanted. And then not long after that, seeing that this young guy running for president, Bobby Kennedy, was assassinated. Those were the first things I remember. And a few years later, when I was a very young teenager, well, barely a teenager, I guess, was following what was going on politically, and the governor from Alabama named George Wallace was shot. I thought that was terrible. And then as time goes on, you know, by the time I get to college, right before I got to college, in San Francisco, I remember the mayor, Moscone, and this supervisor, Harvey Milk, were assassinated. They were killed in City Hall. And I come to Austin, I'm a freshman at UT. We have a new president named Ronald Reagan, and they tried to kill him. And so it goes. Interestingly, yesterday, as you all know, if you followed the news, President Trump released the files on the Kennedy assassination. I haven't really looked at what all that means, but it brings attention to other things that I've experienced while I've been here. I can remember very well when Congresswoman Gabby Giffords was shot at a town hall meeting. We were in session. I remember, for those of you that were here already, we were in session. I know Yvonne was here, John was here. And being in the members' lounge when we first got word that she had been shot at a town hall meeting, and how all of us who were in that, I'll never forget it, all of us who were sitting there in the members' lounge, there was just this chill that could happen, that we could be at a town hall meeting, which all of us have, probably, I know I do, and that someone felt like they would go and try to kill her and shoot several other people, by the way. And then more recently, as you all will recall, in the congressional baseball game where Congressman Steve Scalise from Louisiana was shot, and others were shot, and he was in a coma for several days. I just thought it was important, members, that we make a statement. All of us are political. All of us are passionate about what we do, and many people who are out there are passionate about what they do and involving themselves in politics. We've talked about that in some of the hearings here already and some of the bills that we've considered. But I think it's important that we take a moment to say, we cannot do this. We cannot say it's okay. Nobody can say it's okay. Doesn't matter what you think about the person that they either killed or tried to kill. And to be honest with you, I shudder to think what would have happened had President Trump moved his head just a little more and his head had gotten blown off. I really do. I shudder to think what might have happened across this country. And so it's just a resolution, but I think it's an important one. I think it's one that we should embrace and say, hey, this is what we think in Texas. There's no room. There's no room for this. There is no room, and we condemn it. We condemn that assassination attempt. Doesn't matter which president it was. I'd be doing this if it were Obama or Clinton or Bush or anybody. And that we cannot encourage people in any way say that your passion and your interest and your hatred or your dislike or whatever, that it's good, it's okay to take it to that level. And we can't joke about it. And people weren't joking, by the way, when I spoke to them that night and some of the things they were saying to me about what they hoped had happened on that day. Because they didn't like the guy. So that's about all I got to say about it, Mr. Chairman. I hope that we will pass it. I hope you'll send it. I have also, I also have a memorial resolution, HR 17. I have. If this gets to the floor, and I hope it does, there will also be. I will also ask to suspend the rules at that time, which I've been permission to do on that one, to a memorial resolution for Corey Comparator, who was killed trying to shield his family at that rally, and he was killed. Mm-hmm. And so we have a memorial resolution for him as well, and I would like to do both of these at the same time, and that's what we hope to do. So, Mr. Chairman, that's all I've got. I'm glad to answer any questions if you have any. I didn't bring any witnesses. I don't know if there are any.
I think we have one.
Okay.
Questions for the author? Seeing none, we'll move on to public testimony. Gary Zimmerman? You're not Gary Zimmerman. Okay, we're going to show Gary Zimmerman was registered for himself, and he's for the HR, and he is not testifying. Is there anyone else who wishes to testify on, for, or against HR 51? Seeing none, Chair recognizes Representative Raymond to close on HR 51.
Thank you, Chairman. I close.
Thank you, Mr. Raymond. If there's no objection, HR 51 will be left pending. Is there objection? Chair hears none. HR 51 is left pending.